What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and I'm also known as the Clean and Business GOAT because I help multiple people, thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people start and grow their cleaning business, whether they got free advice from me here on my YouTube channel or if they got it from us at www.cleanbiznetwork.app. But today I want to give you a lesson that I learned a few years ago, and I was out cleaning buildings one day. And I had this awakening moment, right? And I was listening to this older gentleman. He owned a construction company, and then he was also friends with another one of my customers who had a carpet and flooring company. And so I want to share the lesson that I learned from those older gentlemen. They were well off, way more wealthy than I am. And so I said, you know what? It was some great advice, and I just want to share it with you. So without further ado, I'm going to run this video back. I actually uploaded this video back in 2016, but I said I had to run it back because a lot of y'all didn't see it. So let's drop that.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working.
Yo, so I want to tell y'all about priorities, right? And this is AJ Simmons, by the way. Thank y'all for waking up with me. I'm recovering from this cold. I know you can probably hear it in my voice, but I'm trying to get back. No more repeat videos. I'm doing it live again, so here we go. So look, right, I got this account, cleaning account, and it's a construction company. And when I first got this construction company, the vice president of the account, who I didn't know was a vice president of the account, because the guy, he was dressed like a construction worker, pretty much. And he just walked up on me, and we were talking or whatever, and he said, is that your Range Rover out there? And I told him, yeah. And he was just joking. He said, I must be in the wrong line of business. Now, at that time, just because he had an aura about him, like he was an important person, and plus I know I just try to treat everybody the same anyway when I talk to him. But for the most part, I pretty much thought he was just a regular construction worker. So, but I told him it was mine or whatever, and then and I also told him, I said, now I gotta be honest with you, this business didn't get me that though. My shipyard job actually got me that. You know what I mean? Just making conversation. So then he was like, oh, shipyard, huh? Just nodding his head and all of that. And that was it. And then we didn't, and I seen him plenty of times after that, but we didn't really talk too much. And so in my back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, oh, he must not like the fact that I'm a young black guy driving a nice car like that. And he has to be here. So anyway, later on I found out he's the VP of that company, right? And I can guarantee you that my company doesn't make a smither of what their company makes in revenue, first of all. But what in hindsight, when I'm looking at it, what I'm thinking, when I thought that he might have been jealous of me driving the car that I was driving, what that really was when he reacted was, oh, shipyard, huh? When he reacted like that, what that really probably meant to him was, dumbass. You know what I mean? And he was calling me a dumbass because why the fuck would you go get such an expensive car when you're still in the growth phase of your business? You can't even get out of the field in your own business, and meanwhile you want to drive a fucking Range Rover. And I'm like, damn, you know what? He doesn't have an expensive car, but I can guarantee you that he has a big house. His sister, who works at the company also, who I was speaking to this evening, actually confirmed to me that we were just talking in general, and as we were talking, she happened to mention that she has a nice house or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that he has a nice house as well. And then I also know another business owner who's related to these people at this construction company, and that business owner has a carpet company, is a carpet and flooring sales company. And this guy doesn't have a fancy car either, but he has a very big house, a nice house, and then he's in business. He's the president of his company, and his dad is the owner. Excuse me. So they're related, and they basically had the same thing in common. And the things that I noticed in common was this: they don't drive fancy cars, number one. The guy that has the carpet company, he does have a nice newer truck. But the thing about trucks that I noticed, a lot of people that get trucks, why they get them is simply because, number one, they hold value, and number two, you can do more things with a truck. I remember this guy in particular, when it floods real bad in the area that I'm in, and we were having an event here locally. civically or whatever. He was going around picking people up and dropping them off to their cars from the location that we were having the event. So he was using his car as the asset that it was supposed to be. And I noticed that one thing. All right, so they don't go buy luxury fancy cars, but they do have nice sizable houses that are probably worth decent amounts of money. All right, so that's the one thing I noticed that they had in common. The second thing that I noticed that they had in common, these two different business owners and these two different companies, was the fact that these two men were the basically, one was the president, one was the vice president, but they ran their company. Both of them are the ones that run the company, and their dad both have offices in that company, but they pretty much are behind the scenes at this point. And the dads were the founders of these companies. So what they basically done, the granddad took the stand to start off the empire and build it, and then they put their family on. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's basically me. I'm the one who's starting the legacy, starting the empire, and then I'm trying to build it up. I got my fiance working with me. I got my brother works for me. My sister was working for me. My dad works for me. My in-laws work for me. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like, okay, well, I'm basically trying to model what they do. So what am I doing wrong? And it's simply, I don't have my priorities in order. And that's why I try to teach you guys to have your priorities in order. And I won't say I don't, but I didn't. I didn't have my priorities in order when I went and bought my car. And see, when I bought my car, I thought it was a great thing to do, simply because, number one, I just wanted to get what I wanted, and I thought I was living life the way I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Just get what you want, live life free, and be happy. But what I have to understand is, when you're starting a business and when you're in the startup phase of a business, you have to put that type of stuff to the side. You have to just focus on rebuilding that business, building that business up, and reinvesting those profits, rather than just, oh, I got some extra money, now I can afford this. Oh, I got some extra money, so now I can afford that. That's not how it works. Oh, now I'm the CEO, so I need to ride like a CEO. Now I'm the president, now I need to look like the president. No, that's not how this goes. And I was sitting here looking, and then also I had to understand that what the business that my company was making isn't the money that I make. So I'm sitting here thinking a lot the whole time that I make six figures, when in actuality I don't make six figures. My business makes six figures. I make with the salary that I make. You see what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, like, I shouldn't even be like, it's no more I'm the owner of the business, because it's not a sole proprietorship. I should have a designated position with a salary attached to it. The only difference is with me having that job position versus me having a job position at another company is, I'm building it up to have equity. I'm building it up for wealth. And at some point, once I get it into a well-oiled machine 100%, I won't even have to touch it. And I can collect a check from it. And that's the goal. But you can't get there if you don't have your priorities in order. So if you're sitting here and you're trying to be the young CEO and you flash, no, you won't. You probably won't get there. You know what I mean? You got to reinvest those. Now, I will say this. Now, my old philosophy was this: if that person who started the company, if they've been in that same line of business for 20 years or 30 years or however long, and they haven't figured out how to get themselves completely out of the business and for it to run, then they must don't know what they're doing. That was my philosophy at first. But now what I'm starting to realize is, I have these guys' dads in mind. Now when I'm saying this, I'm talking about the guys who actually started these two companies that I'm referencing here. Maybe the reason why they still have offices in the company and still report to work, maybe simply because they enjoy what the hell they do. So in the words of Steve Jobs, he says, you have to do what you're passionate about in business, because any rational person would give up. Because growing a business and starting a business, growing a business and fighting through year after year, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard that any rational person would give up. So that's why you have to do what you're passionate about. And then now it makes so much sense to me now, because I'm looking at these two guys from these two different companies, and their dads are both older gentlemen, and they still report to that job because it's a job at their own company. And they still report there simply because they love it. That's the real reason why they're there. They don't have to be there. Their sons are running it now. The sons do everything, but they still report. And it's got to be because they love it. That's just what it is. And now I finally understand what that means.
This is Tom. Tom thought he wanted to buy a janitorial franchise, but the franchise fee of $10,000 to $48,000 kept Tom looking for other options. Tom knew he wanted to be a part of the $41 billion commercial janitorial industry and searched for smarter options until he found Clean Biz Network, a complete, proven, and repeatable system to wealth in the commercial janitorial industry. Developed by an ex-franchisee, AJ Simmons, that sold his cleaning franchise and now has helped hundreds of people build 6- and 7-figure plus independent commercial cleaning companies, Tom would learn the hidden secrets, why you doing the cleaning is not a good idea, and so much more. Tom chose Clean Biz Network and is now on his way to creating his $1 million janitorial business. You could be too. You owe it to yourself to learn why Tom and so many others have chosen Clean Biz Network. Hit the button below to learn more.